everyone, it is great to see you here once again on Dee's Delights. Today we are going to be making classic no-bake cookies. Now I have been making this recipe for numerous years. I haven't made any for a while, but my favorite recipe came out of the old Grange cookbook, and that's probably been about 40 years that I've had this cookbook because, as I've shown you before for my favorite apple pie recipe, the pages are getting old. But this is the one I found the best recipe in. And I found it online too. And online it's classic no-bake cookies, not some of these new generation cookies. I tell you what, there are only certain no-bake cookies that I like. I like quite a few of them, but this is one of my favorite recipes. So the key to this, so that your cookies turn out right, once your mixture starts to boil, you have to boil it for at least a minute and no more than 2 minutes. So I like to boil mine for 90 seconds right in between, and that seems to be the magic number. Now it has to come to a rolling boil. That's when you put the timer on for 90 seconds. No less than a minute and no more than 2. If you do it too long, your cookies become dry and crumbly. If you do it too little, your cookies are gooey. They don't firm up. So 90 seconds for me has always been the magical number. And also you want to have all of your ingredients pre-measured, because once you start going, you've got to do this recipe quick. You don't have time to go and measure. So let's see what we're going to need for this recipe. We are going to need 1/2 cup butter, right here we go, cut into chunks, 2 cups of granulated sugar, which I have that, 1/2 cup of milk, 1/4 cup unsweetened cocoa powder, which I usually use Hershey's Cocoa, 1/2 cup of creamy peanut butter, and I always use Jif, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, and 3 cups of quick cooking oats. So before you get started, it says make sure you have all ingredients and measure everything out. Line 2 large baking sheets with parchment paper and set aside. Well, I'm just going to line my counter with parchment paper right here, because what I'm going to do is let them set up, and then I'm going to put them in an airtight container. And they'll stay good for up to a week in an airtight container. So let's get started. First, we're going to place the butter, sugar, milk, and unsweetened cocoa powder in a saucepan and heat over medium heat. 1/2 cup sugar, 2 cups granulated sugar, milk, and our cocoa powder. 1/2 cup milk and 1/4 cup of cocoa powder. Let's stir those together. This is what it should look like when it comes to a rapid boil. 10. What we're going to want to do is remove it from the heat right now. Immediately, let's stir in our peanut butter and our vanilla. Okay, the peanut butter mixture is melted all together. Now let's put our oatmeal in. We have 3 cups, kind of stir it in slowly. And this is going to start to firm up pretty quickly. Now you can just scoop it out with a spoon. You could put it in a pan, greased pan, and make little bars out of it. I'm going to use my cookie scoop. This is going to make maybe about 2 dozen. Now, one thing about this is you always have to try it before. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and start. All right. Let's let them set till they cool and we'll see how they turned out. I'm gonna try one. This one right over here. Good. Still a little warm in the center. So I'll wait till it totally gets hard before I eat the rest of these. Very good. Very good. Remember, 90 seconds at a rapid boil is key. If you don't hit that 90-second mark, they're probably not going to set right. Once they totally cool, I'll be putting them in this airtight container. It's going to take them to work with me today. Made a little over 2 dozen. I used a tablespoon and a half scooper. They were a little bit big. You can make them smaller, larger, whatever you want to do. You can also make these as peanut butter no-bakes. What you'd want to do is cut out the cocoa, and instead of using a half cup of peanut butter, use 3/4 cup. Next up, we're going to make crazy no-bake cookies, which I think you and your kids will love. Thanks for joining me here once again on Dee's Delights, and have a fantastic week, everyone.